Hi, hello, welcome back to the class. Right. So, Pascal programming. So, Pascal programming is actually it is a language. It is a computer language, right? As we have learned, when we write softwares or when we implement softwares, we should use some computer languages, right? And you know what are computer languages actually? Computer languages are the languages which we use to make programs or to make softwares. So, as you know, when we enter something into the computer doesn't understand the human language. So, the human language should be processed or should be changed into machine language, and then only the processor understands what I am instructing or what we are instructing and what we are inputting to the computer. Then only it will be able to give us the correct output. Understood, everyone? Right. So this is a kind of language. It is one of the languages. There are many computer languages or there are many programming languages like Java, C++, C Sharp, and many more languages. It is many more languages are there. So one of them is the Pascal. So in grade 11 we are going to learn about the Pascal programming language. In Pascal programs there are some main things which we should know here, uh, like the general things in Pascal language or Pascal programming language. So first of all, we should learn about the identifiers which are in the Pascal programs, right? Now the subject or the lessons which we learned before, for an example, um, the flowchart, the pseudocode, all these things are needed. Okay, after making our sketch, we are making a sketch, right? We are making a rough program. We like before you build a house, you should have a plan, right? Plan of a house, how you are going to construct that house. So you should have a plan for a first time. Likewise, before making a software or before implementing a software, we should have a plan on how our software is going to work. Understood? That's why we learned the pseudocode and the flowcharts before learning about the Pascal programming language, right? Okay. Now we made a plan, we drew a plan about how our program is going to be or how our software is going to be. Now we are going to implement that software, we are going to build that software, right? Okay. So in Pascal programming there are something called identifiers. Okay, so what are these identifiers? Identifier is a term used to represent a variable. Now you guys know what is a variable. Variable, we use something like we can use a letter, okay, or we can use a word, but we using this variable or constant or a program. So identifier, it represents a variable, it represents a constant, it represents a program. The following are some rules that should be followed in declaring an identifier. When you declare an identifier, you should use the below things. Okay, there are some particular rules to be followed. You should follow them. Okay, right. For an example, see this picture. Va, year, integer. So what is the meaning of this thing? First of all, we should understand the meaning, right? I told you before doing all these things, I told you that when you are programming something, okay, when you are going to program something using these programming languages, you no need to learn about the grammar, okay, or you no need to know the grammar very well. Okay, it is simple English, Okay, you can use it. Very, very simple English. No grammar, nothing is there. Only some words of English, right? Okay. So, first of all, when we put something to identify as a variable, you know what are variable, right? Variable is we use something instead of a number, we use it as general. We don't know what is the number, or we don't know what is going to be input, so we use these variables. You know what are variables, right? So in Pascal programming there are some reserved word. Reserved word mean they are already um like assigned for some things in Pascal language or in Pascal programming. So reserved words in Pascal cannot be used as an identifier name. So there are some reserved word in Pascal. When they made the Pascal, they reserved some words which are which cannot be used as an identifier. Instead of these reserved words, all other words we can use as identifiers. Because for an example, I'll tell you. Now we did Excel, right? In grade 10. So when we did Excel in grade 10, there are some words in Excel, right? For an example, round, or max, min, average, total. Can you remember these words? So these words, sum. So these words we can't use for other things because these words are already reserved and they have a meaning in the particular software. So if I use sum, it is already reserved in that program. So for that program, when we write sum, it means we are telling something to that program to do, right? There is a meaning for sum. So we can't use this sum in something else. Understood? Because it is already reserved, and these reserved words are used only when needed, or only when we are making a calculation, or when we are writing a function or a formula. So we can use them in these particular places only. Likewise, in Pascal also there are some reserved words. These particular reserved words cannot be used as identifiers, right? Or cannot be used as variables. So for an example, begin, end are not valid. You can't use begin, end because they are not valid and they are already used as reserved words. But you can use letters from A to Z and simple A to Z, or uppercase is A to Z and lowercase A to Z. Next one, should start with an English letter. Okay, whatever the variable you write, whatever the variable, when you write, you should use English letters to start. You cannot use numbers to start. For an example, you are uh, you are like identifying a variable as 0. No, that is not a variable. If you want to start a variable, or if you want to start something, should start with an English letter. Whatever the thing you want to start, you should start it with an English letter. After the first letter of the identifier, when you are taking a variable or a constant or a program, we will know what are constant and programs. Okay, so when you are using all these identifiers, you should first use a English letter, right? After the first letter of the identifier, letters A to Z, capital or simple, or numbers 0 to 9, and underscore can be used. After starting an identifier with the English letter, okay, it is not meant to start with the capital or simple letter. Whatever the letter you can start, okay. And also you should remember, if you use a big identifier. For an example, two-word identifier. Now see here, student name. This or this trick I taught you in Access. If you can remember, I told you when you are writing tables name, when you are giving names to the table, it is professional to write starting with the capital letter, capital English letter, and don't keep space. Okay, without keeping space, you can either start the second name with you can start the second name with a uppercase letter, or else you can start the second name with an underscore. So underscore means space. You can either write like this, see. So for an example, I am giving an identifier like school name. So I can write like school underscore name, or else I can write like school name. But it is not professional to write down like school space name. This is not professional. Okay, you cannot write like this. It is better to use these two methods when you are naming an identifier. So you should start with an English letter. It can be uppercase or lowercase. It is okay. You cannot use reserved words. You cannot use reserved words which are already reserved in the Pascal language, like begin or end, begin, end, all are reserved words. And after starting with an English letter, you can use other letters or numbers. It doesn't matter. And underscore can be also used. So that is the way, the professional way which I showed you to write an identifier. Not case sensitive. What is case sensitive? You can remember we did cases in word processing software. Can you remember? Writing the letters in uppercase, in capital letters, it is uppercase. Writing the letters in lowercase, it is simple letters. Writing the letters in sentence case means begins with the first letter begins with the capital letter. Or writing the letters in toggle case, toggle means first letter is simple, rest of the letter of the word is capital. Likewise, we can write cases. So there are some languages, okay. For an example, there are many languages like Java, C Sharp, and etc. So there are some languages when you are writing a word, either you should write it, it is necessary, okay. You should write it with uppercase, or you should write it with lowercase. There are some rules. You should do that. But in Pascal language, it doesn't matter. You can write it either with the capital letters, and you can write it with the simple letters. So not case sensitive. So case sensitive mean, yes, they said to write in capital letters, so you should write in capital letters. There are some other languages where you write the first letter in capital or the first letter in simple. It is a must. It is a should. Okay, but here in Pascal language, don't worry, doesn't matter. It is not case sensitive. So for an example, either you can write art like this, first letter uppercase and rest of the letter lowercase, or you can write down the full word as lowercase, or else you can write down the word with uppercase. Will be the same identifier. There are no different meanings. Okay, understood the concept? That means there are some case sensitive words. Case sensitive words mean if you wrote it in capital letter, it gives a meaning. If you wrote it in lowercase, it gives another meaning. But here, all three words or all three art are the same meaning. So it is not case sensitive. Next one, there should not be any space between words, as I said. Understood? So that is the professional way. So there shouldn't be a space between two words or three words, whatever. If there are words, if it is a sentence, we are normally we are not using big sentences when we are writing what do you call this, languages, or when we are writing programs. So space, you should prohibit it. You shouldn't use space when you are writing these words. For an example, student space name. It is not valid. Either you write student name as one word and give in the first two letters as uppercase, or else write down student underscore name. Use underscore instead of space. Right? Okay. The special characters, such as the following, should not be included in an identifier. These special characters shouldn't be used as identifiers, but only underscore is valid. Easy, right? Underscore symbol, yes, or underscore character, we can use it as identifier, but other symbols or other characters or other special characters are not allowed to use as identifiers. Next one. Use of meaningful terms for identifiers can make program easily understood. Now, for an example, when you are writing an identifier, it should be meaningful. Okay. Because sometime when you implement a, we'll say you implemented a program or you implemented a software, so you should write down the program, right? You should make the program. So when you write the program, you use some identifier terms. Okay, you use some identifier terms. Then if someone else uses the, we'll say now you go for an example, you built it. Okay, now another software engineer came and he wants to do some changes in the software. So he should go to your program first, right? The program which you wrote. So when he reads the program, he also should understand what is written in the program. So that's why we say when you use terms as identifiers or for identifiers, use meaningful terms. So for an example, it is given here some total NOS. It can be total numbers. Total numbers, maybe. Okay. So here we don't know what is meant by NOS. Or maybe numbers. I don't know also. Here num1 means number one, first name, last name. So see here how they have written the identifiers. No space between two words. Next example of identifier that are not valid. So these identifiers are valid, but these identifiers are not valid. Because why this is wrong? Because first of all, it is wrong because uh, it didn't start with a English letter. Second one, they have used some special characters. So special characters are not allowed to use in as identifiers. And here there is a space between average and marks. And here 9A, it is also not valid because it didn't start with an English letter. And this one is not valid because they have used here a special character, which is dash. Okay. So now understood here the meaning, the identifiers. So when you declaring an identifier, reserved word are not allowed to use. Reserved word are not allowed to use. Should start with an English letter. You can use either capital letters or simple letters, and numbers from 0 to 9. You can use them, and also underscore can be used. No case sensitive. It is not case sensitive. whatever the letter case you can use. And there shouldn't be any space between two words. So instead of space, I told you you can use underscore. Special characters are not allowed anyhow, and underscore only is valid. Identifiers always should be meaningful terms, because others should understand it very easily when you declare an identifier. So now understood the rules of identifiers. How these are some reserved words in Pascal language. So different languages, they have different reserved words. Okay, we can't say in Pascal language the reserved word, these are the words which are reserved in Java language, or in C sharp language, or in C++ language, or in say, there are many languages. Okay, so we can't say all the languages are using the same reserved word. No, each language having its own reserved words. Fine. Okay, so the reserved words in a Pascal are defined in Pascal language. Hence, reserved words are not used as identifiers. Reserved words are different from language to language. As I said, the following are reserved words used in Pascal. So these are a set of reserved words which are used in Pascal language. So when you are writing an identifier, you cannot use and. You cannot use ASM. There are some meanings for all these for all these reserved words. Okay. Yeah, some of the identifiers can be in another language, but not the same set. It is not in another language. It differs from language to language. Now, for an example, as here said, string is available in Java, and here also string is available. See, string. But we can't say all these reserved words are in Java language. No, it differs, right? Some of the reserved words can be used there, but not all. Fine. And we will know the meanings of all these, not all the reserved words. Okay, some of the reserved words we will learn followingly, right? Okay. So array, begin, you know what is begin, case, const, constructor, destructor, div, do, down to, else, end, exports, file, for, function, go to, if, implementation, in, inherited, inline, interface, label, library, mod, nil, not, object, of, or, pact, procedure, program, record, repeat, set, SHL, SHR, string, then, to, type, unit, until, users, var, while, with, XOR, 8, 2. So each reserved word has its own meaning. Okay, so some of the reserved word, maybe you could understand the meaning of it. Now, for an example, begin, end, else, do, div mean division, right? Div, file. Okay, you can understand the meaning of file. And there are some other words also, right? Type, until, var. Va, you will understand what is the meaning of va. And program also, you know what is the meaning of program. If, export. So there are some words you can understand the meaning, right? Okay, good. So these are the words which are reserved in Pascal language. Don't worry, the exam won't ask you about the meaning of these reserved words. Okay, but you can You should remember these are the reserved words, because if you are writing a program, maybe, okay, if you are filling blanks in your paper, you should know these words. Right. Standard data types in Pascal. Right. Now we know what is an identifier and how we should write or how we should declare an identifier. And now we know what are the reserved words. And now we are learning. Okay, now we are going to learn about the standard data types in Pascal. What are the data types we can use in Pascal? That's it. Data are numbers, words, images, symbols, or can be charts, whatever, which don't bear a meaning when stands alone, are called as data. Set of instructions. Okay, what are set of instructions? What is meant by set of instruction? Set of instruction, now which we are going to do, mean we are writing a set of instruction. So a set of instruction is a software. Understood? Not data. Set of instruction is a software. Data are numbers, words, images, charts. When they stand alone without bearing a meaning, are called as data. Now understood? Understood? Not set of instruction. Set of instruction which we are going to write now. In this lesson, we are going to write set of instructions. Okay, that's why we are learning these things, right? So what are the data types which we can use in Pascal language? Right now you know what are data. Can be words, can be letters, can be numbers, can be symbols, can be images, whatever. So what are the data types in Pascal? Can you remember data type in what? Tell me, data type we learned something, we learned something about
Access.
in Access. Understood? So in Access there are some data types. Tell me, what are the numeric, what else? Numeric,
Boolean.
Boolean. These are the data type. Text, short text, long text, and memo. So there are many data types. Likewise, what are the standard data types which we can use in Pascal language? Okay. When a program is executed, the input and output should be stored in a computer memory, isn't it? You know that. So in grade 10, from the beginning, I am teaching you, when you inputting a data and when it gets processed, and after that when it gives the information as the output, they should be stored in computer memory, right? The space needed for each is defined accordingly to the data type. Now when these data are stored in this memory, we should tell the computer what is the data type which I am entering. According to the data type only, it takes the space and put into the memory. Hence, it is essential for a programmer to have knowledge of data type. So every programmer, now you are going to be a programmer, you are going to be a software engineer, okay? So before writing a language, you should know what are the data type or what are the standard data types which you can use in the language, right? Okay, because each data type has its specific uh, space when you are storing it in the memory, or when the program is executed, when these data stores in the memory, it has its own space, each data type. Okay, so the following are data types and their ranges. First one is integer. So there is a data type called integer in Pascal language. So what is the meaning of integer? Integer is plus or minus whole number. It should be whole number, can be plus or minus numbers. So if you are going to input a plus or minus number, it is integer. So you should tell the data type, which is, now you identified an identifier. Okay. So for an example, you are telling min equal to n double dot or colon. So this min or this n is an integer. I should explain it to the computer like this. Okay. You will see when we write the Pascal language, right? So there is a data type called integer. So integer mean plus or minus whole numbers. So it can be, for an example, 0, 46, minus 12. Real. Real mean plus or minus decimal number. 0.0, 25.68. So it can be plus or minus decimal numbers. Boolean. Boolean, you have heard about the Boolean. So Boolean means true or false. Yes or no. This is Boolean. Char. There is a standard data type in Pascal called char. Char means character. Okay. So we use the reserved word as char, or we can use the data type char. Any character of the keyboard. Whatever the character you use in the keyboard is char. For an example, it can be K, it can be hash, it can be 7, whatever the key you use in the keyboard is char, character. String, any sequence of characters. So this is a character only. If you are going to write K only, so it is a character, it is a char. If you are going to write a 7 only, it is a char. If you are going to use the symbol AND, it is a char. So when we use these characters, we should use the word char. What is a string? It can be any sequence of characters. For an example, ICT. So it is a sequence of characters, right? Not alone. ICT, programming, Sri Lanka, hello world. Okay, I am Sarah. So all these are string. Now understood the standard data type of the Pascal language. Now, when you are writing, or when you are telling that if for an example, if you are writing a sequence of characters or a char, these should be written within quotation marks, and it should be single quotation mark. You should remember it. Okay. If you are writing char, so char within inverted comma, you should write down what is the char. If you are writing a string within inverted commas, you should write down the string. Now understood? So for an example here, variable identifier name. So the variable is number. So the value is minus 123. What is the type? It is an integer, right? It is not real now. It is an integer. Sum 456. It is an integer. If here you put, for an example, we say average. So what is the type of average? Tell me someone. It is a real, because average can be uh, in decimal number, right? So it is real, right? Another good question. Is 7 integer or char? Is 7 integer or char? It is both. Why? Because like the access, okay, can you remember access? I told you numbers can be used as, for an example, telephone number. It is number, right? But we are not going to do mathematics with telephone number. So it is a short text, isn't it? But when we write the total, it is a number because we are doing a mathematical operation. Likewise, here also the same. Integer real comes when a calculation is done. If it is a calculation, then you use integer and real. Understood? But when you use a character using the keyboard, it is a character. You are not going to do any mathematical operation with that character. Then you should write it down within single inverted comma and give the data type as char. Now understood the difference? It can be both, but depends. If a calculation, it can be integer or real. If it is only a character, you can use it as char. Understood now? So values of char and string are included inside single quotation, as I told you. Single quotation. You should understand that. Okay, remember. If it is a char or a string, you should write it within single quotation. Right. So when we started the Pascal programming language, they said here, an identifier is a term used to represent a variable, constant, or a program, right? So we don't know what are variables, what are constants. So we'll see the meaning or what is meant by variables and constants, right? So a variable is an identifier which changes the value given to it when the program is being executed. So variables normally you know because you have used these variables in mathematics also. So variables we say it is an x. We don't know the value of x, right? So for the value we can add whatever the number we want, right? So likewise variables is an identifier which can be changed or which changes the value given to it when the program is being executed. So program being executed mean now you wrote a program and now you open it to execute or to work. Now when executing, the program doesn't know the value of the identifier or the value of the variable. So we can enter whatever the value we want. Now understood what are variables? So in Pascal, to declare variables, if you are declaring a variable, you use the term var, right? So when we declare a variable, we use the term var, var. For an example, we say var count. That means count is a variable. That means what? Count is a variable. So var count semicolon integer. This var count is an integer. So what is integer here? What is integer?
Whole number.
Whole number. So var count. The variable count is an integer. Variable a comma b is real. This is real, right? So ab is real, so it can be decimal number. Examples, write this: var count, integer; var ab, real; var n1 comma n2 integer. So now these are sets of vars, sets of variables. There is a variable called number 1 and number 2. It is an integer. There is a variable average. It is real. There is a variable pass. It is boolean. There is a variable character. It is char. There is a variable name or school. It is string. So likewise, we are identifying the variables. We are declaring the variables and the data type of the variable. Now understood here? Because now I have the data. Okay. So look at this picture. I have a data. Okay. I want to store it to the memory, isn't it? When I have a data, I want to store it in the memory. So this is the memory. So I say there is a variable. It is a data, right? So this is the variable. Store it. Now when I want to take this data, I tell them. When storing and retrieving, I say there is a variable data. It can be an integer, it can be a real, it can be a boolean, it can be a char, it can be a string. So it depends according to the variable which you are going to input. If you are inputting a variable name, then the variable name should be string. If you are going to input a date, the variable date can be integer, right? Because maybe you are doing some calculations with the date. Or if it is a variable like number, you can use it as integer or real, whatever. Now understood how to declare variables? So when declaring variable, if it is a variable, first you should start with var. It can be count, it can be AB, whatever the variable. It can be total, it can be min, okay, whatever the variable, double dot, integer, then colon. Now understood? This means we ended. That's it. That is a set of instruction. What is the instruction? Variable, count, integer. I am telling you. I am going to give you a variable. It is count and it is integer. The data type is integer. I am going to give you a variable which is a o b, a comma b. The data type is real. So I am telling to the computer. Now understood this? Constants, the identifiers which do not change their values while the program is executed, are called constants. In Pascal, const is used to declare a constant. So variable, it changes the value. That is why we call it as variable. But constants, the value will not be changed. The value won't change. For an example, we'll say const max 100. Max is equal to 100. Const pi equal to 22 divided by 7. It is pi always is 22 divided by 7. Na? It won't change, right? So there are some constants which we will insert or which we will input in the program, and these constants won't change. If it is a fixed number, then we can use this constant. Now understood? As he has said. So what is the observation here? Or what are the difference of variable and constant? Constant value can be changed. Sorry, variables value can be changed. Constant, the value will be remained unchanged. Now understood? When executing the program, a value can take different values if it is a variable. However, the value of a constant remains unchanged. So understood the meaning of constant and the variable now. Until we will meet again at the next class, thank you for joining the class and have a nice day everyone.